Hey y'all, Dan back again. And I don't really have anything to say. I'm tired. Almost forgot to do this. It's 11:25 right now. And no news is good news. Well, I guess. Uh, let's see, did anything happen? I drove a little bit today. Started off in Idaho. Oh, had some fun last night. So I had to pick up a load going to California from Idaho. And when I got loaded, um, I need to go find a place to park. I could have probably gone down the road a little bit. Probably could have made it to um, probably all the way down to I-80. But I got 2 full days to go to do 800 miles. So I was kind of tired, and it was like 8 p.m. So I decided to just call it a night. So I went to the Loves, and um, the parking was full. So I did a little creative parking. That's kind of a trucking term for when you make a space. And the space that I picked had some markings. They were actually like no parking markings, but but they're marked in a way that at night someone could mistake them for a parking spot. I didn't mistake them for a parking spot, but someone could, and so then I went inside to get some food and such, and on the way out, they did a page for um, a driver in my company. Well, a company that we bought, which is listed on the trailer, um, needs to move their truck. They're blocking other trucks, and I was like, I think the lady was high that was working there, because she was kind of hard to understand and wasn't really all there. But the name on the trailer is 3 letters. I believe it's an acronym, but the one she paged was one off, and I went back and said, "Hey, is it this, or this, and this?" And she wasn't sure, so she got on her little radio and asked the guy that was out there, and he confirmed that it was the one from mine. And I said, well, "What's wrong with it? I'm in a parking spot. I'm on the end. Is that not okay?" And so she radioed back to him, and I guess he told her that I was parked illegally, which was true. Well, illegally. It's a parking lot, so it's not actually illegal. But I wasn't going to push that point. So I said, "Is he still out there?" And she said, "Yeah." And she said that he was picking up the garbages. So I went out there and talked to him. And I thought I'd kind of cut to the chase, and because I didn't want to move. I technically still have hours, but I didn't want to move. So I said, "What's wrong with the space?" He said, "You're parked illegally. That's on the slanted yellow lines for no parking." I said, "Oh, I thought that was a parking space." And he said, "No, you're gonna have to move." I said, "Well, I'm out of hours." He said, "Well, you can still move. You can maybe go across." And I asked if like the road outside was legal to park, and he said no, but people do. And I'm like, "Well, okay, people do here too, obviously." Um, and he's like, "Well, you might be able to park at the truck wash across the street. You just got to move at 6 a.m." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not gonna have hours back at that point, and I'll be asleep." He's like, "Oh, you just come back over here." It's like, well, I mean, for one, you're assuming that you'll have spots by then, which isn't guaranteed by any means. Especially an easy spot that I'll need because I'd be half asleep. And I said, "You know what? Let's cut to the chase. If I don't move, are you calling a tow truck? because a lot of places they won't. They never will. Even if they ask you to move, they're not gonna call a tow truck. It's like, yeah, we definitely call tow trucks. I'm like, oh, okay. Like I kind of got a little mad, not at him, just at the situation. I knew better, but I was tired. So I started walking back to the truck to go, probably like at least 40 miles down the road to a different truck stop that I was thinking about going to before. And then I noticed that there was a curb area where part of it was painted red for no parking fire lane. The other part had a truck parked next to it as well, and it didn't have any no parking signs or anything. So I walked back to it and said, "Hey, what about that tanker truck over there?" It was like, "Oh, ask the guy next to you to move." A guy had pulled in next to me when I stopped, on the side further away from the legal parking. So instead of being on any lines at all, he was just like in the kind of like roadway of the parking lot. And I'm like, no. The tanker parked along the curb over there. There's some. It looks like a parking area, a place to park over there. Is that good? It's like, yeah, you can park anywhere there that's not painted red. Awesome. So I quickly moved over there and didn't hit anything, and then went to bed. But for those that don't know, I used to have social anxiety bad. Like, I was kind of a hermit for like a year and a half. Like, I got comfortable going to one like mini mart, and that's where I would get everything I needed. And I'd only go there I'd go there as rarely as possible. Otherwise, I didn't go out of the house like at all because I had such bad social anxiety. And I started getting better, and started getting better and better and better. And I just can't imagine that I said something like that to a person that confrontational. Which, I mean, okay, being confrontational isn't always great, but I a few years ago, the way that I would have handled that situation is, when she made the announcement, I would have assumed it was me and left the lot. Not talked to anyone, not confirmed they were talking about me, nothing. And so now to be like that brazen to say, "Are you going to call a tow truck if I don't move?" It's just mind-blowing. So tomorrow I've got a little bit longer to drive. The place that I'm going to in California, there's a really quite new Love's there that I'm going to stop at. I've been there before, but it's not in the GPS yet. It's not. Google satellite images don't have it. It's a little bit longer of a drive. It's about I think it's 411 even. Oh, even. I think it's exactly 411 miles from here. Today was 370 that I did, or something like that. Which tells me there should be about, what? Oh, I don't remember exactly how far it was from the pickup to the delivery, so I can't say about how much further, but it shouldn't be too long. If I were to guess, I'd say 30 miles from the delivery, and the delivery is not until, I believe, 1 p.m. on Monday, and it's obviously Saturday the 9th, I want to say. Yeah, Saturday the 9th. Yeah, I don't have much more. Uh, yeah, that's about it. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.